are cocooning today.
No,
Hi.
I have a post-Hoobajoob glow about me.
That's just you sweating out the candy you
I
stole from Dan
know.
and Shay. Wow.
It's not stealing if it's a bowl that's for everybody.
For everybody, not one person. That's why it's stealing.
Okay, the only reason why I kind of feel bad and you might be stealing is because I intentionally took it to eat later at home because I was out of chocolate at the house.
So we go down. Happy Monday and fall and Broncos win and all those great things. I was thinking about Hoobajoob, and I really haven't even had a chance to like decompress after Hoobajoob. Like we didn't really talk after that. And then I went to, like did a St. Jude thing yesterday. It's just a busy weekend. And now this morning we kind of regrouped. And oh my God, the 10 minutes in which we saw our artists for Hoobajoob, it was all at once. You stole so much of their food.
That's your takeaway.
Yes, it is.
Not our fun conversation with Jake Owen. Not our really fun conversation with Dylan Marlowe and his new vinyl.
That was cool.
Not talking about Dan and Shay and the baby and the gender reveal. None of that.
None of that.
Just the amount of peanut M&Ms and Doritos that I took from backstage to eat later in bed after I got home is the lead here.
Do you have the picture of how much food you took? Because you ate some of it on the way.
I did.
Guys,
picture.
Okay, so the night goes on and he really kept going over this candy bowl and it was like fun-sized chips. And also, but it's weird because we're adults and like you would think we're having a concert in like an hour and the artists are there. You'd be like, hey, Dan and Shay, good to see you. You're over there again, Blair Witching it in the corner, just shoving stuff in the pockets of your hoodie. Then I went over to you and there was like some drinks up there and stuff. And I was like pouring a drink and you go, here. And you hand me, this is a true story, a Reese's peanut butter cup. And I was like, I'm not going to eat that before we go on stage. She's like,
really nice of me.
He goes, take it. You know how he yells. And so I did. And I forgot because the night got really busy. And then from the heat of the night, later, and I was like, what the hell is in my pocket? It was this melted Reese's peanut butter cup. Jesus. That is a window scraper.
Did you eat it?
No, I didn't eat
That's a pile of candy.
That is a Doritos bag. That is like, it has air in it.
Snickers. Oh, that was a good one. Twix. All of the good candy.
That's how much he stole that night. It was
Dan and Shay. They don't do any. They go big. Okay, they go big.
They weren't going to eat any. They were both so fit. They looked awesome.
How about this picture?
Oh yeah, you can show them with the bus. You might not be able to see it. It was just such a good night. It was such a good night. We were.
Yeah, it was great. Nothing I did was wrong or rude. They're expecting people to eat that candy, and I did.
Yes, they're expecting people, not person.
I gave you one.
You walked out on stage like you were just like you had this like little pouch.
I don't know.
I also want to point out how freaking funny Shay is.
Yeah.
Like he is so low-key funny. Like when he was on the show and he was joking about naming the baby Hoobajoob and kind of jumping into how like funny that name was. Before we go to kick off Hoobajoob, we were talking to the guys and then we got pulled away. It was their thing. We're all hanging out. We got pulled away to go start and introduce Dylan Marlowe. Dan and Shay are still there. So someone comes to get us and they say they're like, hey, what do we're like, we got to go. We're gonna kick off the whole thing. And Shay goes, what are you doing? And I go, we're gonna go introduce. And he goes, oh, hey, don't fall when you're out on stage. I was like, Jesus, like who says like I was so tickled with himself.
Yeah. He's
How do you say that? I mean, my exact words I wouldn't repeat on these. I told him what to do.
You
Hey! They're charming.
A lot of fun.
We love them.
I haven't heard like anything negative. I mean, it was packed.
Yeah.
Everybody loved Dan and Shay. They played all their jams. Jake Owen, Barefoot Blue Jean Night. I slow danced to a little bit.
Nice.
Yeah. By myself.
We always think it's kind of
with
funny.
My candy.
Like, yeah. We always think it's kind of funny, honestly, on a Monday to come in because there's always one. You'll be reading about everyone. Thanks for a great time. This was so much fun. My daughter had a great time.
I heard epic thrown around a couple times.
And there'll always be one. Would have been a lot better if. My favorite thing to do on a Monday. I didn't see any of that.
I didn't see any of that.
Yeah, there was one slightly when I was like, they should have not let the audience sing. And I was like, oh, man. There's always somebody that just turds on stuff.
I know.
You know? Is that a verb?
It should be.
God, we're so tired.
I was going to talk about something else, but it's Monday.
Do you want to talk about, I want to say big thank you to St. Jude, repping a little St. Jude sweatshirt today. They had their walk yesterday. $230,000 was raised at the St. Jude walk run. Huge. And the leading fundraiser, by the way, a 7-year-old little girl who sold homemade cookies and raised $14,000.
Homemade, really?
Homemade.
She cooked them at the house?
Yeah.
What was their top seller?
Double chocolate, I asked her. Yeah.
Chocolate cookie with chocolate chips, I bet.
Yeah.
Oh, my kids would devour.
She hit that double.
Did you get a chance to talk to her? Like, how much was she charging? Were there any gluten-free?
Oh, yeah. You know, can you give me your list of ingredients? Hey, kid.
Did she bring you any to sample?
No, she didn't. So then it was just like, oh, the leading fundraiser, get off the stage. Like, you don't bring any? What are you doing?
Bring some samples, yo.
I like to, when I go to charities, I like to really just like verbally run down
up and down
little girls. It's fun.
Yep.
God.
What was her name?
She was darling. Her name was Addie.
Oh,
she was so cute. And this is a true story. And I didn't want to say this like on the radio and massive, Addie could have been listening, but she was so cute.
You don't think she could be watching this?
I doubt it. I hope not. Just for bigger reasons than this story. This is where we disappoint.
Daily.
Oh God. She was instructed and given the honor to count down the run.
Oh, cool.
Right?
Like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, we started at 5. She's 7. You know what I mean? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll just do. She's little. And I went down there to start the whole thing, and it was the first time she'd been like addressed, like on.
Hey, you're getting a call.
We tell her story. I know.
Who is it?
I don't know.
Spam.
We tell her story on the microphones, and then my job was to go walk off the stage and give Addie the mic.
Some choreography's happening here.
Yeah, like
a lot of moving parts.
We had
a lot of moving parts. Probably made her nervous.
It did.
I bet.
Because she started to cry. I know.
The same reaction I get when you walk towards me.
And so I was like, we're here with Addie. And like, that's a lot coming your way, and I bend down and I'm kneeling down and I'm like, ready to count this off. And she just crocodile tears welled up in her eyes. So I was like, Addie, do you want me to cover the mic? I'm like, do you want me to count this down with you? And she goes, I want you to do it. And I'm like, well, no, they'll be like really disappointed if I do it. So I was like, let's do it together. And she's like, no, I was like, no, we're going to do it together.
Oh,
it was really cute. I'm like, I know you can do it. You can do really, like, I'll do the loud part. I'll start with 5 and then maybe you give me a 4. And she did. She did a really great job.
That's really sweet.
But it was really cute because she just all of a sudden that like, this is the other really awesome part. There were kids that did the fun run and it was the funniest thing I'd ever seen because the fun run's not very far. It's like running down a hallway, not very far for these little kids, right? So many of the kids did not put their St. Jude cookie or muffin down while they did it. So they just
running with snacks.
One little girl starts running. She was probably like 4 and stops and goes, and starts running again. That's how I want to do my runs. Girl stopped on her 30-second run.
Took a bite,
kept going. Like, that is my kind of person. that's my vibe right there.
Oh, that's
cute?
nice.
Oh my God, I was dying. It was so funny.
So nice. Did you notice my hoodie today?
I did. Your St. Bernard one's back.
Yep. I only wear it for a month now. You don't see me wear this all year long because it's Halloween.
It's
a skull.
Heavily represented for the next month, though.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you'll see this once a week.
Matt, do you have a piece of paper? Will you start a tally on how many? I swear to God, he will wear this. Yeah. I'm going to bet you percentage-wise 20% of the days.
But look,
leading up to Halloween.
It's a skull made out of St. Bernards.
Yep. It's going to get better every time you see it. And you will see it. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. It's festive and nice. Bye.